All right, let's get right into it. We're going to start in the heart of Manhattan at this enormous 7-story mansion that was really the epicenter of one of the darkest scandals of our time. This was Jeffrey Epstein's home, and what was going on behind those doors is only just now starting to come to light. So, picture this, 9 East 71st Street. From the outside, it's this incredibly imposing, magnificent building. In fact, it's the largest private home in all of Manhattan, a huge symbol of wealth and power. But what was on the inside told a totally different and, frankly, a much more disturbing story. Get this, the entrance was lined with dozens of fake, disembodied eyes. Walking into the hall, there was a sculpture of a bride just hanging from a rope. In his office, a full-sized taxidermied tiger. It's like a scene straight out of a horror movie, clearly designed to intimidate you. But this was no movie set. And all that bizarre decoration? It was really just a smokescreen for something far, far more sinister. According to one of his victims, Maria Farmer, Epstein had this media room where monitors were playing live feeds from hidden cameras that were placed all over the house. And yeah, that includes every bedroom and every bathroom. The house was literally watching, and now we're finally starting to learn who the house was watching. In early 2024, a massive trove of files connected to Epstein was unsealed, and the names found inside have shaken the global elite to their absolute core. So how do we even begin to make sense of all this? Well, here's the plan. We're going to start with the secrets of that mansion. Then we'll dig into the alleged blackmail business that funded the whole thing. We'll look at the unsealed files on the Western elites they implicate, reveal a brand new and pretty surprising connection to India, and then finally, we'll face the huge questions that are still left unanswered. So the big question is, how did a college dropout, a former math teacher, build such a massive empire? How did he get access to the most powerful people in the world and end up with a mansion that was basically his headquarters? Well, the whole story really starts with one crucial relationship. And that relationship was with Leslie Wexner, the billionaire founder of Victoria's Secret. Wexner hired Epstein as his financial advisor and even gave him power of attorney. And then he transferred ownership of this multi-million-dollar mansion to Epstein for an official price of $0. Yep, nothing. That was the foundation of Epstein's power. So with a house, money, and powerful connections, Epstein allegedly built his true business, a really sophisticated blackmail operation designed to trap the world's elite and give him the ultimate leverage. And the method was chillingly simple. Step 1, invite powerful guests to his lavish properties, whether it's in New York, Florida, or his private island. Step 2, secretly record them in, let's just say, compromising situations. Step 3, store those recordings on carefully labeled CDs. And step 4, use that material as blackmail to get more power, more money, and more influence. And look, this isn't just some wild theory. There is actual concrete evidence to back this up. Police found hidden cameras in his Florida home way back in 2005. Then, in 2019, the FBI found a hidden safe in his Manhattan mansion, and it was filled with CDs labeled with the name of a young girl plus the name of another person. Which brings us to these recently unsealed files. For years, powerful people have denied having any kind of deep connection to Epstein. Well, these documents are now telling a very different story, starting with some incredibly famous names in the West. And the names are, well, it's a who's who of the global elite. The British royal family got dragged in through Prince Andrew, who ended up having to settle a lawsuit for £12 million. In the tech world, Google's co-founder Sergey Brin was reportedly seen on Epstein's island more than once. Bill Gates met with Epstein several times, even after his 2008 conviction. And Elon Musk, who once dared people to find his name in the files, was found to have exchanged at least 16 emails with Epstein. In one of those emails, from back in 2012, Musk asks Epstein this very direct question. What day/night will be the wildest party on your island? It's just a really stark glimpse in how casual these high-level communications were. But Epstein's network wasn't just limited to America and Europe. Not at all. These new files have cracked open a completely new chapter, revealing extensive and, frankly, pretty surprising connections to some of the most powerful people in India. At the center of this new connection is the industrialist Anil Ambani. The files have a whole bunch of text messages and emails between him and Epstein, and they were mostly about Ambani trying to get Epstein's help to gain access to the Trump administration. And if you look at the timeline of just one meeting, you can see how high the stakes were. In May of 2019, Ambani set up a meeting with Epstein on the exact same day as India's election results were coming out. Before the meeting, Epstein texted Trump's strategist Steve Bannon that Modi was sending someone. And then, right after the meeting, Epstein sent a simple, powerful follow-up to Bannon, Modi on board. Another prominent name that came up is Hardeep Singh Puri, who's now a government minister in India. He confirmed that he met with Epstein, but said it all happened before he became a minister. But here's the crucial detail. These meetings took place years after Epstein was already a publicly known convicted sex offender back in 2008. Now, let's be super clear here. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi had absolutely no direct communication with Epstein that's been found in these files. But his name does pop up again and again in Epstein's conversations with other people, where Epstein often positioned him as someone he could influence through these other connections. And this leads to the most sensational claim of all. In a 2017 email, Epstein wrote that Modi took advice and danced and sang in Israel for the benefit of the U.S. president. The Indian government has dismissed this as trashy ruminations, but it really shows how Epstein was portraying his influence to other powerful people. But here's the thing. The release of these files hasn't closed the book on this story, not even close. In fact, it's created way more questions than answers, leaving the full picture very much still in the dark. And here's probably the most crucial point. This is an incomplete picture. The Department of Justice has confirmed that a huge portion of the files it has, we're talking about an estimated 40%, is still being hidden from the public. And this just leads to a flood of vital questions. I mean, in a trafficking ring that spanned the globe and involved countless powerful people, why is Epstein's accomplice Ghislaine Maxwell the only one in jail? What explosive secrets could be in the millions of pages of files that are still under wraps? And were the official suicide rulings for both Epstein and his associate Jean-Luc Brunel really the whole story? And that leaves us with the ultimate question, doesn't it? Did Jeffrey Epstein's death actually close a dark chapter, or did it just kick off a massive coordinated effort to bury the truth and protect all the powerful people who are still hiding in the shadows? That's the question these files really force us all to ask.